Dressed and Oppressed, a forced feminization fantasy. Written by Jane Fox. Narrated by Marcus M. Wilde. Corey had Jess up on the kitchen table, his cock sliding into her wet cunt, her legs straight up in the air, him holding her at the ankles. Her shaved pussy was fully exposed, and her big tits jiggled with every thrust he made. This girl was hot, and he knew he was going to have to slow down soon, so he didn't blow his load in the first few thrusts. First impressions mattered, he knew, and if he didn't give her a good time, she might not come back for seconds. It wasn't often you met a girl who would get buck naked in your kitchen after only knowing you about 15 minutes. So he went for some longer, slower strokes, letting his cock pull almost all the way out, to the point he could see the flare of his head emerge before sliding it slowly back in. Jess seemed to like that. She clenched her teeth and breathed through them, her eyes closed, arms propping her up from behind, nudging herself forward to get back onto his dick. What made it even hotter was that it was the perfect crime. Corey was supposed to be at work, but a plumbing emergency shut the whole office down an hour after he got there, and so he had the whole day to himself. His wife, May, wouldn't be back from her job until after 5, so his first thought was he'd just hang out at the deli around the corner during the morning, eat a bite and relax. But then Jess had come in, and the attraction had been immediate and mutual. He'd forgot to mention May to Jess, and he sure as hell wouldn't mention Jess to May. So he'd have to do some careful cleanup of the kitchen once she left. But it was worth it, especially with Jess doing the things with her pussy muscles that made it feel like she was sucking him inside of her. That was about to drive him over the edge. Without quite meaning to, he started speeding up his thrust, getting more of that squeeze action from her. He dropped her ankles and she wrapped her legs around his waist, using the table for leverage to push further onto his cock. Now that his hands were free, he cupped those big tits and ran his thumbs over the hard nipples. That made her bite her lip and whimper. He liked a girl who whimpered. He knew he'd have to slow down again soon. He could feel his balls tensing up already, so he took a deep breath and again slowed things down to a crawl, pulling his cock almost all the way out. At which point, the kitchen door opened. May, with her backpack on and a coffee in her hand, started to walk in and then saw what was going on. "Oh," she said. Her face began to blush red. Corey looked from May to Jess, then back again. "This isn't what it looks like," he said, then smacked himself in the forehead for...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?